Hi, we're going to continue talking about hormones. So hopefully you watched the last 3 weeks that we've put out on hormones, and this week we're going to talk about a study that I think is going to be shocking to you at just how far the medical community is behind on what the research shows. We're going to look at a study from 1981 done at Johns Hopkins, and it shows some really astonishing statistics about bioidentical progesterone. So just a quick review. I talked about the differences in bioidentical progesterone and what the drug companies say is progesterone, which are really anti-progesterone. So hopefully if you didn't catch that, you can go back and watch it. But the study from 1981 at Johns Hopkins shows that they looked at women who were infertile, and they were infertile for different reasons. There were women who were infertile because of a progesterone deficiency, because remember, progesterone is the progestation hormone. And then there were women who were infertile due to another cause. It was not a progesterone deficiency. And so what happened is they found that in the women who were infertile due to the progesterone deficiency, they had a 540% increased risk of premenopausal breast cancer versus those who were not progesterone deficient but infertile. So that's 540%. I mean, that is a massive difference. Beyond that, they also went on to find that the women who were progesterone deficient were over 1,000 times more likely to die from any type of cancer than those who were not infertile and progesterone deficient. So that to me is shocking that over 40 years ago that we still haven't caught up with the research. And I'm commonly recommending in my consultations, my one-on-one consultations with people, that to these women that they would benefit from bioidentical progesterone, and that's from all ages, from early teens to until death. So bioidentical progesterone has so many benefits. Again, go back and watch the other video, but it's amazing to me when they go to their providers and ask about the bioidentical progesterone prescription. Half the time they won't do it, or they don't even know what we're talking about. And it's really mind-blowing to me when we see this. Now, there are 2 other studies that I just want to hit on real quick today, and that is there's a study done showing that progesterone, bioidentical, natural progesterone, we're always talking about, don't confuse them like the drug companies do, but bioidentical progesterone was shown to create apoptosis in malignant mesothelioma cancer cells. Now, what is apoptosis? Well, that's a word that we should all learn right quick, and that is natural cell death. And when you have cancer, that's uncontrolled growth. So cells have a life cycle. They're supposed to die after a time and be replaced. But when cells don't die and they continue to divide, we can get cancer from that. So the fact that progesterone produces apoptosis in these cancer cells is very important. And that was the second study I wanted to hit on. Then the third study, maybe even more relevant to what we're talking about today, is that progesterone stopped the metastases or the spread of breast cancer and created apoptosis again. So again, it stopped the breast cancer from spreading and it created the death of those cancer cells. So progesterone has so many benefits. We've known, and I may have even said this in the earlier video, but women who have more children carry children to term, and the earlier they have those children, the less their lifetime risk of breast cancer is. So we can summarize by saying, if you don't know your progesterone levels and you're a female, this is something that is very important. Now, progesterone is important for men too. Breast tissue is the same tissue type of cell as prostate tissue, and prostate cancer is the #1 cancer in men. So it can be important in men, but it's especially important in women. So we need that balance of estrogen and progesterone, and almost everybody that I talk to and do consultations with, and all the blood work that we do of the panel that I created, we see high estrogen, low progesterone. And remember, estrogen equals growth, which is not bad when it is complemented by the hormone progesterone, which creates the development. So hopefully this will help you understand just how important knowing your numbers are, and why we do the tests we do, and why I'm so big on compounding bioidentical hormones, especially bioidentical progesterone. See you next week.